Hello there. Thanks for joining us on another edition of your favorite show, Q Sports on Ascent Television. My name is Jude Olanero, and today it promises to be another exciting time looking at the menu we've prepared. Well, we'll be looking at the Dubai Open Chinese 8-ball pool. Fortunately, we have a Nigerian who is participating. We broke the news with the last edition, and we will be following up on that. And also, the World 9-ball pool championship came to an end. It was exciting. So many talking points we've got to look at on the show too. And you know, we'll serve you the news in brief too. So many things lined up. If you're ready, we are ready. Let's get down to business. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome straight to the business, and joining me to look at issues on the show today once again is Joachim Idada. Joe is here with me. Joe, nice to have you once again. How are you doing?
You see, as usual, it's my pleasure always joining you on this program. You know, Nigeria is a tough country, and whenever we are here, it's just like a haven for us, a place where we can be free, a place where we can talk Q Sports and leave the frustrations of this system away, and let's just enjoy ourselves.
All right. Okay. We are here to talk Q Sports anyway. Yeah. We are here to talk Q Sports. Maybe one day we can.
First of all, before we talk Q Sports, you know the breaking news. What is popular right now is our vice president, PYO, declared that he was going to run for the 2023 election. I pray he has something packaged for sports in this agenda.
Oh, that's a nice one. I like that angle. Maybe we'll look at, but definitely it's. We will definitely be looking at all those who want to give that office a shot and look at what are their plans for sports. We've been hammering. If there is anything we say on this show, we should move from the level of just what do I call it, pastime. Sports as used as pastime or game or just. But it should be professionally done. It should be a business.
I agree with you.
It should move. We should move past. People just want to recreate.
We should move from
recreational sports exactly. So
professional sports, so that we can make some money.
Exactly,
out of some
especially at this time that we have lots percentage of the population that are productive. They are young. They are productive stage and vibrant productive population.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what we are seeing today is our government is not taking steps.
Just to look at, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I just looked at the winner of the 9-ball pool, and he's taking home £60,000. And I asked myself that, and just maybe because I don't have to say that, but I would say it. And I asked myself that, how many years will it take me to make that £60,000 doing this that I'm doing right now? So,
I refuse to answer
but if I'm somewhere in Milton Keynes, porting and making sure that I make it, maybe.
I know there are some Nigerians that have such skills, but unfortunately the opportunity and the platform has not been created for such to take place. So, for those who are advocating and jumping all around saying they are doing, what do you call that thing again? They are consulting. For all of those people saying they are consulting. Let's go beyond consulting and let us know. Let's go to the nitty-gritties of some of these things and let us check them out and see how we can make some sense out of it.
how funny life is. This is not in our script for today's program, but we just had to Joe started it anyway. He started it. All right, guys, let's look at let's start from the Dubai Open Chinese 8-ball pool. One of the guys that the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance, you guys were tinkering with the idea of having more, like about 3, 4, 5 players, but eventually we had good enough. The guy we had on our show was the one who actually represented Nigeria there. He had fun, even though he saw another level.
They call it the baptism.
The baptism, yeah. Baptism he had fun, yeah. But maybe by the time he's back, he will tell us what it is. But they are top 32. The last person they're waiting for to join the 34 that has already made it, have their top seed players. But great to know that the Dubai Open had a Nigerian, Christopher Abiodun, was there representing the SPPA, yeah. Yes. And that's nice. I can't wait to hear his experience, and also I'm also going to be looking at what's the quality of play so that we can know what you guys are up to, what you guys are up for, especially when you come to see.
For me, it's a good experience. That's the first thing. It's a good experience. The second thing is to prove the point that the snooker pool players have said, that there is need for us to structure our games, like we said earlier in the program, and to start organizing it more like sports. And you could see in Dubai, they are doing a great job, a good one. That's a good one for the Royal Crown Club. They are the one promoting Chinese pool in Dubai, and this is the first tournament, their maiden tournament. It's a good one, and it's a good exposure also for Christopher Abiodun. He has gone, he has seen, even though he's not in the top 32 right now, he has had a baptism of fire, and he can come back and share his experience with us right here, with what he has seen. And we can adequately prepare for this. Wale Oshomo, who is ranked number 4 on the SPPA ranking list, did tell me just yesterday that the invitation was too sudden, and that was why he could not make adequate arrangement to go for it. But if we can give enough notice, like up to 3 months, he can adequately prepare for it. And maybe at that point in time, the people in Dubai will know we have even better players, because Christopher Abiodun is seeded number 6, is ranked number 6 right here. Okay. And we have some pretty good players. Some of them couldn't make it to Dubai because of how short. So we are looking at the possibility of working out the calendar. Okay. Maybe we can reach out. Remember, before the program started, there was the thoughts of maybe talking to the organizers of the Chinese pool, even in Dubai, such that if there's a calendar we can work with, partner, work on the calendar and see how we can send more players from Nigeria to Dubai.
This is just the maiden edition anyway. Yes. This is just to kickstart what they've been working on for years. So I believe that, and this is just we're just the 4th month of the year. So
even for us,
the second quarter is just starting. So I don't know what, and don't forget that you guys also back home in Nigeria. You have your plans too.
We have our plans. That's another talking point. The Snooker Pool Players Alliance also has its plans for pool, especially for Chinese pool. In the second half of the year, we're looking forward to organizing a similar one. But when with what we have seen, the guys in Dubai have done, their opening ceremony was classic. Sometimes we begin to wonder whether we can deliver that kind of ambience, because the ambience, the venue that does the Royal Crown Club of Dubai, that's in the that is at the Dragonet mats. I don't know whether we can deliver that quality or that ambience, but we could do something good. So they've set the standard, and that opening ceremony, we saw pictures, even though we couldn't watch it live, but we're able to see pictures of how it looked. At least that's the standard. That's something for us to look forward to plan towards, that we should have something similar when we start our program. What we also want to look at is maybe in the second half of the year, when we start our programs, we also want to extend and invite an opportunity to them, the same way they extended an invite to us, that they can send in their players to come here and let them come and test their hand. At that time, let us see if the best players, if they can sponsor their best players to come to our turf, where we have our own stronger players available to play against them. And maybe they can have what I call the Nigerian baptism of fire also. Well, it was a good one so far, what we have seen, what we have watched. Some of the matches were streamed, and those games that were streamed, we saw some. Look, I remember Wole Abiodun, who is ranked number 1. He watched some of their matches online, and he says, besides that, I can beat some of those guys. I can beat them. I can beat them, and I can beat them very, very well. And I said, maybe some opportunity will happen when some of those guys who are seated even in people like Mahmoud El Husseini, Omran Salam, Samad Hassan, or Salam Al-Wadin, maybe, and or Oliver Madenila. Some of them, we might write to the Royal Crown Club if they can sponsor them. Let them also come over here and let them come test their hands against our on top best.
That would be massive, really. I think that's good, coming from the president of the Snooker and Pool Players Alliance, and I hope that's a project to work on. I hope you guys would deliver on that. So that's it. Let's move on. The show, and another thing that I feel we should look at is the fact that the African Billiards and Snooker Confederation, that they are still, right now they have sorted out a whole lot of things about the championship, the African Championship. And there is this news that is also in the news brief about the fact that the winner in the men's category will be supported with $5,000 to be paid to an academy in Sheffield. That you should know, Sheffield, where the academy is. And
sincerely, when I got that news, when I heard about it, that was a good one. And we'll take congratulations to ABSC, that's the African Billiards and Snooker Confederation. We'll tell them congratulations. Good thoughts. That's one way of growing any sport, is academy, opening the players to top-notch academy. It's where academies that have produced some of the very, very best players. And I think that was a well thought out. It's even going to be good that I'll look at it as the $5,000. I will look at it as part of the prize money, as far as I'm concerned. That I classify it as part of the prize money. So if I was number 1, instead of you giving me a $10,000 prize money, and you told me that you will give me $6,000, you give me $1,000 cash, because I paid transport, some logistics I do. But the balance $5,000, you will give it to an opportunity for me to go and sharpen my skills, get trained. And that, for me, I just look at it and say, well done to Mohamed Al-Kama and his team. It's a good one, good thoughts. And we are hoping that with that kind of a plan, in no distant future, Africa will be counted amongst the top players, this top continent when it comes to snooker. The Chinese or the Asians, let me not use the word the Chinese. The Asians are doing very, very well in in snooker.
Yeah, exactly.
They're doing very, very well in snooker.
Nice.
And
there's hardly any championship globally that you won't find them in
the Asians are doing. The Asians are doing fantastic.
In the last 8 of last year.
Look, if by population, if you, in no time, even right now, the population of Asian players that are playing professionally in snooker is on the increase, and some of this is because they've gone to Europe. Unlike, okay, let me look at it. For those of us who are well traveled, when an African says, I want to go for summer, I want to go on holiday, oh, they go to the UK. When they go to the UK, especially the young boys, rather than they looking for an academy to sign up to, use their time, catch a skill, improve their skill in any function, any endeavor, they will just busy walk around the whole place, shopping and shopping and shopping. But such opportunities at the time that you can go for summer. Summer is just coming around the block, around the corner. Go for summer. Sign into one of these academies, sign into one of these boot camps, and get trained. Get some skills that you can even bring back after your summer. And it can open doors for you as fast as possible later in life if you don't really know.
Well, like you said, we will continue to do this. We will look at this. So many things that, and I believe I put that at your, should I say at your doorstep?
Yes, I like what you've said.
Doorstep.
I think I will align with what the African Snooker and Billiards Federation has done, and also explore the possibility, likewise, of having, working with, even if there are academies in the US, academies in Europe, because that's where we know that Q sports are really advanced. And let us exploit relationships where during summer we can send 1 or 2 players to go, youth players to go to such academies to get well schooled. Because we have one player who actually has gone to such an academy, and that's Wale Oshomo. We call professor. You can imagine how the depth of knowledge he had acquired going to an academy in the United Kingdom in his earlier days, in those good old days, when everywhere it was all his songs. Every championship he wins, everybody. He was like the idol. Everybody, he was the talk of the town. And that tells you the benefits such can offer. So I think it's something the Alliance will consider, and consider it very, 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 very as a positive venture to embark on.
Okay, that's it for the first segment where we look at we've looked at the Dubai Open Chinese and some of the things, how it affects the landscape in Nigeria. And we go on a break so that for our player spotlight, the player spotlight is going to be on Nigel Bond, who just announced that he's retiring just because he couldn't pick a place in the World Championship. He had to retire. But one thing about Nigel is that Nigel has been around for a long time. From the 80s.
Yes, long time.
One of the generation. In fact, most of his generation, they've retired. It's just
quite a number of them have retired. And it tells you that Q sports, snooker, is tough. It's tough to be there, and it's tough to maintain the standards such that at the end of the day, you're always counted upon. And unfortunately for him, he never grew to become a world champion. And sometimes, that can be very, very, very frustrating. Exactly. And I think that's one of the issues he has, and that is why he's retiring, because he does not know how he'll survive, how he'll ever beat people like Joe Trump, how the Chinese guy, what's his name again? You use the tongue. How will he beat these young boys? These young boys that are coming. Yes, they still have stamina, and they still have. They are still very, very hungry.
There's a 16-year-old Liam Davis now.
Yes, 16-year-old Liam Davis.
So
what do you expect? I think it's better to retire when the ovation is still loud. So I think that was. Well, I wish him the very best. I wish him the very best.
Because the way it is, in fact, he just had to go because he doesn't see himself going to the Q school anymore. Just
At all.
Pick a card.
To pick a card, it's exhausting.
All right, that's it. Spotlights, let's take a break to get you, at least that's in honor of his retirement. Our Spotlight finds Nigel Bond. I will be back, don't go away.